numbers, Mason? What do they mean?
Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. Welcome back to my playthrough of Black Ops 1. On this part, we're going to be doing the ending. Hopefully you guys like the cosplay for this. I kind of did what Mason is dressed up in a white shirt and kind of animated a little bit of blood stains that I put on here. But anyways, we'll have two cosplays and I'll have a second cosplay for the final mission. So this part, we'll be doing the very final mission of the game, revealing the truth, finding out exactly what's going on, what the numbers mean.
You can stop all this now.
And, for people wondering, I will also have a zombies video. So later in the week, I'll have a video on the zombies for people wondering about that. But anyways, let's do the final mission. Let's do it here.
Mason, my friend, tell me, what is left to believe in when you are betrayed by your own? When all that you are, all that you have done, is buried beneath the lies and the deceit of corrupt men. I would die in this wretched place. The only thing that keeps me alive is the thirst for vengeance. They must be stopped, Mason. Dragovich, Steiner, Kravchenko, all must die.
It's no use. We're out of time. We can't give up now. He was in Vorkuta. He knows how to translate the codes.
That guy that you see on the TV right there, that's very important. That single TV that's open, that's actually a picture of Lee Harvey Oswald, the guy who actually killed Kennedy. He was a communist an American communist who had lived in the Soviet Union for some time. He came back to the U.S. He purchased a Carcano rifle in a magazine mail order and used that to snipe at Kennedy when he was in Dallas, Texas. But the thing about that is there's a lot of things that don't make sense about the JFK assassination. I'm not normally one that's into conspiracies, but personally I think that there's something really suspicious about that because the angle that he shot Kennedy at, he didn't shoot Kennedy right when he was coming right towards him. He shot Kennedy at an angle when the car turned. And there's a lot of other stuff. There's a theory about a potential second shooter. There's theories that the CIA had killed Kennedy. There's theories that that the Mafia had killed Kennedy, the KGB had done it, but the most common theory about Kennedy being killed is the fact that Kennedy had canceled Operation Northwoods. Operation Northwoods, that was a CIA operation in which they were, what the CIA wanted to do is they wanted to create some kind of false flag attack in America, some kind of bombing, maybe shooting down an airplane, and what they would do is they would blame that on Cuba, and they would say that the Cuban government had shot this plane down or caused this attack, and then they would use that as an excuse to invade Cuba. When Kennedy actually saw that, Kennedy actually said, "This is stupid," and he canceled the entire operation. And there's common belief the CIA had Kennedy killed over that because he wouldn't comply with them.
Heard the broadcasts which we know contain the location. It's all in his head somewhere. He does know where it is. We have to get to the bunker. We're at DEFCON 2. You've tried everything. Not yet. I have one more card to play.
Get out of here, Weaver. Tell them I failed.
You want to die with him? Your choice.
Damn it! Why can't you remember? Reznov's dead, Mason. Do you hear me? He's dead! Weaver's right. We're out of time. The Russians fucked you up. I know you. You're not a traitor.
The numbers, Mason. What do they mean? Where are they broadcast from?
The numbers! What are they saying?
This is one of the best Call of Duty missions of all time, even though you don't actually do any fighting in it, just all the truth comes out. It's just such a... it messes with your head so much.
Reznov! Where are you? Reznov!
Steiner was there! We had to kill
Steiner! I keep hearing the fucking numbers!
You again. I should have killed you in Vorkuta.
Oh, here it is.
Wait a few moments. Let him rest. When he regains consciousness, double the voltage.
I remember! Yeah, Vorkuta!
The subject has been successfully implanted with the knowledge to translate the number sequences.
So, what is the problem?
His responses to our orders have been sporadic, unpredictable. He shows a remarkable resilience.
Why?
He is unusual, atypical. Few men possess such will. Our other test subjects have been far more successful.
If he will not follow the orders embedded in the numbers, then he is of no use to me. He can rot. Take him back to his cell.
Oh, the pain! Oh my god!
This is important, very important, this dialogue here. Oswald compromise. Again, Lee Harvey Oswald is the guy who had killed Kennedy. Lee Harvey Oswald did not survive very long. He only got assassinated a few days afterwards by a man named Jack Ruby, who actually died afterwards.
All brothers. You said the trust is America. With my life. He and us are not so different. We are all soldiers without an army. Betrayed, forgotten, abandoned. You will survive! You have! We are brothers, Jesus. We are the same.
Kennedy. John. Fitzgerald. I'm told you are the best we have. Anywhere.
We are in grave danger from the communists. Our very way of life is at risk. Dragovich.
15 секунд. Бортовое управление. 13.
Okay. Tell me we got the hell out of here.
9.
Not yet.
8. Крузер двигатель.
Dragovich.
2. 1.
No one's getting us out.
Двигатели в действии. Пуск.
Satisfied, Mason?
Пойдем. Ракета пошла.
No, not yet. Not until I see the body. How many times Steiner was at Green Earth Island? We had to kill Steiner.
We? Victor Reznov?
Wanted the same thing. The same.
What the hell is he doing?
Killing everyone between him and Steiner.
Oh wait, where is it? There it is. Okay, got it. Final intel in this mission. And this is where you find out the truth now.
The pain is difficult, isn't it?
We are brothers, Mason.
We are the same. Dragovich, Krashenko, Stein, all must die.
Dragovich brainwashed you, but Reznov had plans of his own.
Reznov, how'd you get out of Vorkuta? Never thought I'd see you alive.
He was never in Vietnam. The real defector with the Nova 6 dossier died during the attack on the MacV. He was never in the rat tunnels.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
He's here.
This way! We cannot let him slip through our grasp.
He was never at Rebirth Island.
My name is Victor.
Mason!
My name is Victor Reznov, and I will have my revenge!
Mason, no!
Step 8, Reznov! Freedom! For you, Mason! Not for me!
Victor Reznov's been dead for 5 years. He died at Vorkuta during the escape. All the years you thought he was with you, that was just in your mind.
I trusted him.
That's why it worked. It was their attempt at MK-Ultra. Dragovich programmed you to kill Kennedy, but Reznov sabotaged you. He wanted revenge for all the Dragovich done to him. Dragovich, Kurchenko, Steiner, 3 new victims. There are gaps in your memory. Periods where you went MIA and we couldn't account for you. But now that the brainwashing's been broken, all that lost time will come back. We need to leave. The Nova 6 strike is imminent. Hundreds of sleeper agents, hidden in every state capital, are about to unleash this poison on your own countrymen. When Steiner died, we lost our key to unlocking the location of number broadcasts. You were programmed at Vorkuta to translate the number codes. Only you can tell us what the codes mean. Nova 6 was just one of the sleeper operations, but I'm sure there were others. Ones we didn't even know about. We have the broadcasts. We played them to you over and over again for hours, but we haven't been able to break through your programming yet. Mason, this is our last shot. Listen, for God's sake, listen again.
21, 7, 21, 4, 2, 14, 14, 7, 18, 13, 6, 22.
Do with him what you wish, General. This is my gift to you, in honor of our new relationship.
I know you. Vorkuta. You don't know what we did to you.
The subject has been successfully implanted with the knowledge to translate the number sequences.
To all agents, our new allies in Cuba have graciously permitted the construction of a new
and permanent broadcast station within their borders. From now until Project Nova's initiation, all instructions will be broadcast from the result. Our plan to strike at the very heart of the West is now in motion. Await further instructions.
Do with him what you wish, General. This is my gift to you, in honor of our new relationship. In honor of our new relationship.
Permanent broadcast station within their borders. All instructions will be broadcast from the result.
I know where the number station is. It's a ship. I saw it a long time ago. The Rusalka.
Where?
Cuba.
Love that Black Ops theme that plays.
We are in grave danger from the communists. Our freedom, our very way of life is at risk.
Our plan to strike at the very heart of the West is now in motion.
He must be stopped, Mason.
He has no fear, no conscience, no weakness.
All across America, Dragovich has sleeper cells waiting for the signal to release the Nova 6.
I'm told that you are the very best that we have. Anywhere.
Dragovich, Krashenko, Steiner.
You will need to be.
These men must die.
Mr. Mason,
See, this is why this is my favorite Call of Duty storyline. Black Ops 1 is my favorite one of all time. I think it's the best Call of Duty storyline. Just all the twists, the cutscenes, the animation, the characters, the voice acting, everything is just perfect in this storyline.
Alpha, we got visual on Rusalka. Roger that, Yankee 1. Beginning approach. Mason, your stick. Maintain formation. We're approaching the number station. Shit! Taking AAA fire from the deck! I think they were expecting us. Yankee team, engage echelon right. Roger that, Alpha. Breaking off. We need to secure the LZ.
On it.
RPGs, upper deck! Yankee team in position. Go, go, go! Yankee team in position. Alpha moving to provide support, over. Roger that, moving in. Yankee 1, on me. Go! Take us around the port side.
Moving to port.
Weapons free! Yankee 1, clear to move up. We need to get closer. Hit them now! Roger that, Yankee. All clear, moving up.
Roger that.
We need to get closer. Engaging! Go, go, go! Stay on them! Weapons
Taking us
free!
closer.
RPGs on the bridge. Yankee squad pinned down! Get us closer!
Roger that.
Thanks for the help, Alpha. We need to get closer. Where's the fire support?
Taking us closer.
Stay on them! Taken out. Yankee team in position. Moving to lower decks. Over.
Oh crap, it's a hind.
Alpha team is right behind you. Enemy hind! Evasive maneuvers! Yankee 2, fire on the hind! We can't take much more. Mason, get us to the helipad!
Roger that.
Out of the chopper, jump! Go, 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 go!
Yankee team, sit rep.
Moving through deck 2. No sign of the transmitter.
It has to be here.
I know it is. Keep looking.
Он мой! Я вижу, это
I have a hostile near the barrel!
Он в моем поле зрения.
Contact down!
Вас понял. Держи в поле зрения. Я их вижу. Что сделаю?
Enemy down!
Кого еще ранило?
Roger!
Он у меня.
Down, one by the vent!
Скоро. Ну, секунду.
Target down!
Хорошо.
Понял! Check the catwalk!
Да я его накрыл. Вон они.
Shit! Enemy hits! Mason, grab that guided missile.
First intel right here, last mission. Okay.
Take down those hits!
Я вижу, это я. Я их вижу. Эльтинская. Он мой. Что сделаю? Вот они. Держи в поле зрения. Давай на поражение. Вот туда. Уничтожи. lights!
He's down! Roger.
Санитар, сюда! Безорки! Много целей! Направо! Я их вижу! Удерживай их огнем! Давай на поражение! Кидают! Держи в поле зрения!
Hudson, you need to see this.
What is it?
Shit!
Reaver!
We're pinned down in the lower deck! Get your asses down to here ASAP!
We're on our way. Get cover! Да я его накрыл! Медицинская! Confirm! Санитар, сюда! Понял!
Okay. Next one right here.
Много целей! Да, вот туда! Санитар! Contact down! Вот туда! Вон они! Вот они! Он в моем поле зрения! He's dead! Он у меня на пушке! Got it! Он мой! Сделай! Grab some cover! Давай на поражение! Contact down! Вот он!
Damn. Yeah, there's little to no cover in that area.
Отправ! Легко! Санитар, сюда! Давай на поражение! Contact down! Good work! Ждать! Закрой их! Он у меня прицелен! Я их вижу! Да, вот туда! See him by the crate! Я его вот они! Подбежай! Vitals crate! В моем поле зрения! Он ранен! Отправ! Да я его накрыл! Вот он! Меняю, стреляй! Закрой их! Он не жилет! Goblin in the door! Поле зрения! Target down! Не высовывайся! Сейчас! Легко! Огонь их в направлении! Сделаю! Да, вот туда! Enemy down! Он у меня на пушке! Contact down! There's more to this ship than we thought!
Broadcast station, it's beneath us.
Shit! Shit! Dragovich is starting the broadcast! Command, this is Alpha 1. We have confirmed the Rusalka is the broadcast source. Bring in the airstrike. We're on our way out.
Not yet, we need to find Dragovich.
In less than 15 minutes, the U.S. Navy is gonna blow this place apart!
I made the mistake of not confirming the kill 5 years ago at Baikonur.
You sure you're still not brainwashed?
Would it matter? The son of a bitch needs to go down once and for all.
Get out of here, Weaver. We're gonna finish this.
Hudson, you see the buoys?
They have to transmit from the surface. That's why we could never find the broadcast source. The structure below us. It's more than a transmitter.
It's a supply station for the Soviet submarine fleet. Part of Dragovich's plan for invasion, once the Nova 6 was released.
An underwater base. Probably the last place you'd think about looking for a number station.
Подготовить горючее! Tango down! Граната к бою! Ты прикрыт! Поддержаем! Я вижу, это я! Давай, Movement! On the left! Держи в поле зрения! Он у меня прицелен! On the corner! Вижу их! Прикрываю! Удерживай их огнем! Я их вижу! Много целей! Reloading! Watch my six! Понятно! Поле зрения! Watch your fire!
Oh, it's friendly. Okay. Didn't see notification there.
Я их вижу! Достань морфий! Он труп! Target down! Он прав! Contact down! They've begun the attack! Weaver, what's happening? Def!
It's too late to back out. Slam it in.
Damn, the really armored guys are here.
Watch your fire!
Tango down.
Раненые!
Contact down.
Санитар сюда!
Grenade out. Target down.
Soundtrack's great in this part.
Got him. He's down.
We need to find Dragovich before they bring the whole place down on top of us. Не высовывайся, мы сейчас! Up the ladder. Get out of there! Держись, товарищ!
Damn. The bombing is making it hard to hit.
He's dead.
Ой, санитара! Сюда! Он ранен! Get to cover!
Crap.
Target down! Enemy down!
The AI in this game does help you kill. It was one of the first few Call of Duties where the AI actually helped you kill people.
Keep moving! We need to stop the broadcast! Target down! That's confirmed. He's down! Confirmed.
Final intel. Okay.
Contact down!
Washington, D.C., Florida, Texas, Mississippi, looks like Cleveland, Milwaukee, Omaha, Denver, Phoenix, Los Angeles, Seattle,
Dragovich. You should have been my finest agent. It would have all been so much simpler.
Dragovich!
one of the most satisfying kills now in the Call of Duty series.
Trying to fuck with my mind. You failed. You don't know anything. Tried to turn me against my own. Tried to make me kill my own president. Tried?
That try that he says is pretty important.
Come on, Mason! Mason, this way!
The thing about Dragovich is, if you notice, he died the exact same way that Dmitri died. Because when somebody's inhaling poison gas, it feels like they're drowning. So he literally died the exact same way he killed Dmitri.
Mason, you did it, Mason. You did what I could not.
Mason! It is over. We won.
For now.
Zero, 11, 24, 11, 1, 7, 19, 20, 10, 14, 2, 3, 19, 0, 8, 11, 22, 21, 5, 17. 17, 0, 10, 2, 23, 1, 8, 11, 25, 22, 9, 4,
6.5 millimeter.
9, 23, 1, 12, 0, 12, 16,
11, 22.
6, 12, 8, 4, 1, 6, 2, 10, 2, 1.
Texas. Ascension.
That's Mason in the crowd when Kennedy was in Dallas, Texas. It's highly believed that Mason killed Kennedy. Oh, I have to mute this part, because, yeah, I have to mute this part because there's a copyright claim for the music in this scene. But, I love this game. This was, my favorite Call of Duty storyline of all time. I played this game when I was a kid. I had so much fun with this game, enjoyed this game so much. The campaign was great, multiplayer was great, zombies was great. They don't make Call of Duty games like this anymore. What I'll say about the Black Ops series, I hope that you guys like my Cold War history. I like history a lot and like reading a lot, so on this playthrough I covered a lot of history. I hope that you guys like that format. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to watch my World at War playthrough. I did the exact same thing where I covered the history of the Pacific and the Eastern Front. So how the Soviet Union ended up collapsing in the end is that they had the Soviet Union had a lot of disasters in the 80s. The Chernobyl disaster, which, cost how many hundreds of billions of dollars to clean up. They had the Soviet-Afghan War, which nearly bankrupted their military. And what ended up happening was Reagan started spending a ton of money on the U.S. military. And the Soviets would typically spend a lot of money on their military to compete with the U.S., and they started spending more, and they couldn't compete, and then their entire system collapsed. But I will say that during the Cold War, there was a general fear that the West was losing the Cold War, that the U.S. was losing the Cold War. A lot of people believe that because of, for example, what happened in Vietnam, what happened in Cuba, a lot of these communist revolutions that were happening all over the world. There was a genuine fear that we were losing the Cold War, that it was going to only be a matter of time till, communism took over the world. But what I will say about it is that I wouldn't say the U.S. government were the ones who ultimately defeated communism. The people who ultimately defeated communism, I would say, are the people that lived in a lot of these communist nations. Because the people in a lot of these communist nations, especially in the Eastern Bloc, they realized that communism does not work as a system. You had, mass protests in the, for example, in Poland with Solidarity or Solidarność in Polish. You have people that were just pissed off. They were upset with the system, what it's done to their country, being told how much money you can make, being told you can't own land, controlling every aspect of your life. And Gorbachev did not want to intervene in the Warsaw Pact, which led to communism falling in Poland when Poland had free elections for the first time. When they weren't rigged by the communists lost miserably in those elections. Soon, communism then fell in East Berlin with the Berlin Wall. When the Berlin Wall fell, that was pretty much the end of the communist Eastern Bloc. And then, communism collapsed in Hungary, collapsed in Czechoslovakia. And then communism fell apart in the Soviet Union. There are still a few communist countries that still exist today, but very little. Cuba, North Korea, I would argue North Korea is still a communist state. China went through free market reforms. And when China went through those free market reforms, the communists in China themselves realized that communism was not working as a system. They went through free market reforms, is why their economy exploded. The Vietnamese went through free market reforms, which you wonder why North Vietnam fought so hard in the Vietnam War to take over South Vietnam if they were going to go back to free market reforms only 10 years later. They realized themselves that communism did not work. Laos went through free market reforms as well. Angola is only the country that you see in the African country that you see in Black Ops 2 that was going through a communist civil war. Angola was only a communist nation for just 1 year. And then they realized that communism did not work, and then they put in free market reforms themselves. So ultimately, I would say about this is that people in a lot of nations, communist nations, realize that communism does not work as a system. It's a complete failure. It hinders economic growth. It hinders progress. If everybody is going to be making the exact same amount of money, there's no incentive to do anything. You know, if I would make the exact same amount of money being a lawyer as I would as a janitor, I'd rather be a janitor and not go through all the extra effort to be a lawyer. So that's basically why communism as a system fails, because it hinders economic growth, it hinders incentive. There's really not an incentive. What drives incentive, what drives human progress, reward. People want money, ultimately. Which I'm not saying to be greedy, but I'm saying that it's a human nature to want a reward. You work hard for something, you want to be rewarded for that. And that's what communists don't seem to understand. In communist minds, they seem to believe that everybody is going to do everything out of the goodness of their heart. Which there are good people, sure, but it's ultimately what drives progress is incentive and rewards. Is if somebody knows that they're going to get rewarded for something, making a really good, making a really good car, they're gonna make a really good car if they're gonna make a ton of money for it. If they know that they're gonna, if they know that they're gonna make a really good medication that's gonna help cure a disease, they're gonna make it because they're gonna have an incentive to make money from that. So that's ultimately what communists don't understand. Is they don't understand human nature. Is that what drives human incentive is a reward. You want to be rewarded, and they think that everybody's gonna do everything out of the goodness of their heart. It's a fantasy world. It doesn't work. The world doesn't work like that. But that's ultimately it. And all I did was I talked about communism on an economic scale. If I was to talk about more of it, if I was to talk about the human rights violations, the torture, the prison camps, there's so much more. Communist nations have killed so many people, hundreds of millions of people between the Soviet Union, China, North Korea, Vietnam, Cuba, Laos, Angola, Poland, Czechoslovakia, Hungary, East Germany. There's just so many communist nations. 1/3 of the planet used to be communist. What a lot of people don't know. Almost 30% of all the countries in the world used to be communist. One thing I always thought was kind of weird? What I always thought was kind of weird is promotions in a communist society. When you get promoted at work or you get promoted in the military, you ask yourself, what's the purpose of that? All you're basically getting is more responsibility, but getting paid the exact same. Well, ultimately, that's another explanation of why communism fails as a system. You get promoted, you get more responsibility and more work, and you don't get any extra reward for it, any extra incentive for it. I'll tell you guys a funny story about communism, and this story actually explains why communism does not work. My father, he grew up in communist Poland. My father, he was late to his job one day. This is a real story. My dad was late to his job. And what happened is, when my dad was late, the director of the factories, because that's what they would call them, directors, said, "You will not be late to my factory." And my dad said to him, "Your factory?" I thought it was our factory. So my dad trolled him, and the director got really angry. But that is basically another explanation, because in communism, there's no private property. Everything is controlled by the state. Communists believe that it's all shared between the people, but it's not. In reality, everything is controlled by the state. Everything is controlled by the government. Some communist countries are so strict that they will not even let you grow food in your garden. And if you try to sell the food that's in your garden, oh man, that's another thing. A lot of communist states forbid it from making a profit. You would be forbidden from making a profit. You would not be able to choose where you live. The government will oftentimes tell you where you live. If you wanted to go to another town, you would need a permit. The reason that Americans hate communism more than any other, Western country, the reason Americans despise communism so much is because the American dream, where the American dream is that you work hard, you become successful, you build a business, you buy a house, you buy your own land, you make money, you relax. That's basically the idea of the American dream. Communism is the opposite of that because you aren't able to own your own property, you aren't able to make as much money as you want, and the government is just constantly interfering in your life, telling you what to do. So that's why Americans, out of all of the people in the West, despise communism so much, because communism is just the complete opposite of what America is supposed to stand for. Skip here.
For time and the world do not stand still. Change is the law of life, and those who look only to the past or the present are certain to miss the future. I said, are certain to miss the future.
Oh no, I missed that.
Prime Minister Castro, this missile crisis was the last straw. We almost blew ourselves up. Now, we invited you here today...
In good faith.
In good faith. To sort this thing out.
And why is he here? He lost.
As I always say, forgive your enemies, but remember their names. Now, gentlemen, as I like to think, in the long history of the world, that there are only a few generations.
Sounds like someone breaking in.
It's just a storm, Dick. Sit down.
Oh my God!
It appears the Pentagon has been breached.
Zombies. Gentlemen, at times like these, our capacity to retaliate must be, and has to be, massive, to deter all forms of aggression. Gentlemen, lock and load.
Yeah, this is...
Any last words, Mr. President?
Yes, Jack. Any superlative words of inspiration for our humble troops?
Do not pray for easy lives, my friends. Pray to be stronger men.
This was really unexpected because how World at War ended with the Nazi zombies at the end. This game ended with five zombies. But I'll have a separate video.
Call the Department of Energy. We need power.
I'll make a separate video going through the zombies in the Pentagon. But thank you guys for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, do drop a like. And I will see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day. I hope that you guys enjoyed this series. Check out my World at War series if you did enjoy it. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day, guys.